Hello everyone, and it's time for, oh my gosh, that is a large production tab. Whatever, I guess we will try and deal with it. I am doing the introductory Funcast for, where on earth are you? One of these guys here. Nah, I guess I'm on the wrong side. Introductory Funcast for Kimjongskill. There we go. One of the new members of FDV, going to be casting this game, and this will be my first 4v4 I have ever cast. I have no idea even how to cast a 4v4, or if that's something you have to do specially, or whatever. I don't care. This is the replay he gave me, so this is what we have to work with. The map is Fallout Zone. I don't particularly like it, because there's just way too many golds from my point of view. And then look at that. 1, 2, 3... Is that a gold? No, that's not a gold. But 4. There's 4 golds here. It just seems ridiculous. That means that one team can have all of their players grab a gold, theoretically. That said, it's a lot harder to grab this gold than for this side. Actually, this gold is really easy to grab. I've never really thought about it before, but this is an insanely easy one to do. Interesting choice by Kimjongskill, beginning to wall that off. I actually like this quite a bit. It's a big area, but you started early. You really could build and basically make this really safe, especially with that watchtower. I like that a lot. Good choice by him, although the thing is that people are always paranoid about gold in team games. By the way, terrible pylon placement. I mean, is this a cannon rush? Why is he making a I guess it's not a cannon rush. I guess he's just being very defensive. Nothing wrong with that. There is a Zerg on the opponent team, and nothing like a 6 pool to start off a game and really ruin your day. Either way, don't think he's really going to be cannon rushing, though he might decide to cannon this area, which I totally would. Seeing this like this, I would be just like, pylon, cannon. Denying that is going to be very, very helpful. And there is the Marine. Should be going off and killing that probe, stopping it from doing any sort of funny business. Now Kimjongskill will be able to take this expansion. Bunker first. Another thing I like a lot. If you're gonna play greedy, you might as well play greedy safe. What he's doing is just fine. As for the other players trying to read through this production tab quickly, it looks like some mix of normal play, and I don't know what they're doing. Yeah. Where's that? Okay. Almost looks like a backhand forge fast expand from our yellow Protoss. He could be taking this area here again. The thing about 4v4s is a lot of players, and not even just in lower leagues, but in higher leagues too, tend to play 4v4s exceedingly safe. More safe than you would if you'd been playing these people in a 1v1, because you never know if two or three people decide, well, let's cheese. Well, all of a sudden you could be dealing with like 4 times the amount. Like if it's a 2 racks, for example, a proxy 2 racks. Well, how do you handle a proxy 8 racks by yourself? You don't really. And so that's why it tends to have a lot of people who do pretty insane wall-offs and lots of cannons, things like that, because you need to survive the early round, and there's enough resources really to go around once you make it past the early game. Now these Lings probably going to be heading over here trying to deny this. Not going to be happening. Nice ping by him. I like this guy's map awareness. Really nice. Actually, I think I've seen this guy before. Either way, those Lings are going to be getting a lesson in pain. Only 2 Lings survive. He can easily just unload and attack those. As I'm lagging, does manage to kill that Marine. Just unload. And he attacks his own SCV. Okay, that's silly. There we go. Either way, this would be a good idea. Yep, there we go. Actually, that's also very nice, defending himself against any sort of cloaked or burrowed attack. I am really liking Kimjongskill right now. Very safe play. But I feel like he has to use a nuke at some point. I mean, listen, okay, that might not be politically correct, but he has to use a nuke at some point in this game. It is a requirement. Either way, completing this wall off, a very smart move. I would prefer to see the turret behind because there's no real reason you can't just sort of run things up, hit that, and then run back. Either way, it does look like we are having a Zerg taking the gold here. But Kimjongskill taking advantage of his allies' just wall of death there. That's basically what's defending his main base. Although honestly, this could easily become a main base and you wouldn't really have to worry about it. I mean, if you lose this base for this base, it's not much of a loss. True, he would lose his factory and armory, which makes me wonder if he's going for Thor's. Not normally a good idea, but hey, if you've got a gold in your possession, it becomes a little bit easier to do, just because it's not nearly as expensive. And also, for some reason, people in 4v4s tend to be like, I'm going to go mass Thor, and I'm going to go mass Void Ray, and I'm going to go mass Tempest. And normally that wouldn't work, but if somebody's gone mass Thor, and another person's gone mass Void Ray, and one person's mass Tempest, what precisely do you do to counter all 4 players? And that sort of becomes the issue, is that you can't counter everybody. I know a lot of gold and platinum 4v4 games tend to end up as a lot of 1v1 players running around, or just cheese. There's a lot of cheese too. But either way, this has actually been the least cheesy 4v4 I've ever even heard of. Normally at least one person attempts to do something like a cannon rush or something silly, but these guys are not. I will say that I do think that this team over here, I'm just going to call it Kim's team, and that sounds weird, never mind. This guy's team is Kimjongskill. I'll have to say his whole name because saying Kimmy is a little weird. Anyways, Kimjongskill, his team I do think is in the better position slightly. I'm not entirely sure what these guys will be attempting yet, finally getting Lair Tech out of that Zerg, and I think that's Hive Tech, no, yeah, that is Hive Tech out of him. Lair Tech for him. Is that a 1-base Hive? Huh. 1-base Hive. Whatever. You can do that if you'd like. Either way, sending workers over there, going to actually be catching Kimjongskill trying to expand. Or not. Did he even see that? What is blue? He did not. Kimjongskill, luckiest man alive. Going to be getting that wall off built. I don't even believe that he kept that. Either way, playing very, very defensively, trying to figure out what he's going for. I think it was Thor. Yep, there's our Thors. Thor Battlecruiser. An interesting choice right there. One I do like a lot. Thor Battlecruiser, amazing. And there's the Tempest making their appearance and a mothership on the way. Gotta love those motherships. They're actually more effective in team games than not. And there's the scan. Who scanned that? I don't even want to figure it out. Either way, my computer's probably going to freak out at some point trying to handle a 4v4 with a mothership. That's just going to be insane. Either way, Kimjongskill has expanded once again. I am liking how he plays. It's just the safety of it is just nice. I also like how blue plays as well. The constant scouting, the using a few speedlings to harass. Very, very nice idea. Well, shit. I didn't mean to say that. Whatever, either way, I was going to say his team seemed in a better position. All of a sudden I realized this guy has absolutely nothing. What on earth is going on there? Either way, his resources now become the party's resources. I don't know what they're really going to be able to do with a third of a base, because that's what each one of them will get from that. But hey, who knows? Maybe they'll be able to make something nice out of it. It's still really hard to figure out. I know this guy's going for Ultralisks. That much is obvious. Yep, there's the Ultralisk Cavern. I have no idea what this is. Some sort of Baneling play, maybe? Spire... Bunch of hatchet. I don't know what he's doing. Purple Void Ray, a lot of gateways, but no warp gates almost done. at 15 minutes. Wow, that's crazy. And we do have Colossus on the way for Voltron. Not much else, but a lot of Colossus. So basically, I think that no matter what this team does, even one player down, they're probably just going to roll over their opponents. I mean, Thor Battlecruiser Tempest does tend to, well, be sort of terrifying. And what is this guy doing? What is with people in 4v4s and not getting Warp Gate? Oh my gosh, he doesn't have Warp Gate. He's good. Oh, it's just painful to look at. Oh, why, God? Why? Why do you make these? He doesn't have a rally point on his third base. Why? What? I don't understand. What I do understand... Oh my gosh, I just give up. I give up on these people. They're hopeless. Either way, Yamato Cannon finishing up. Thor Battlecruiser, the new Terran go-to build. This has been the most laid-back 4v4 I've ever seen. Nobody's killed anybody yet. Oh my god, is this... I'm tempted to look at how long this replay goes on for. I feel like we're going to be seeing a very long one. Corruptors on the field. Now this is going to make a huge difference if he's going for a Muta Corruptor build, or if he's going for Broodlords, it's actually more of a problem than if he's just going like pure Corruptor Muta, which would do better versus these Tempests. Of course, Muta does terribly versus Thor Battlecruiser. I mean, both of those counter Mutas quite well. On the other hand, Broodlords don't do very well. Broodlord Corruptor can do well in this situation. That'd probably be what I would end up going for, except for Yamato Cannon. Just too good. Anyway, I also note that Kimjongskill really needs to work on saturating his bases. I feel sorry for those Colossus, by the way. They are so dead. This was such a bad idea from him. I mean, you can't even explain how bad of an idea that was. You can't, it's just... Oh, it looks like they are going to have a little bit of engagement here. This totally favors the Thors, even with everything like that. This is just basically going to be a murder. And yep, there we go, murdered. And now here's where push starts to happen. Let's see what goes on. Those Corruptors going to be an issue. And I mean, I just love the Tempest version of that. It's just so crazy. Here comes Lings going for a counterattack. Very smart move indeed. That wall isn't up. But there are units here to defend, even if it is just Tempest and cannons. So here the battle goes on. I, of course, am lagging, but as these guys continue to kill, that will get better, as my frame rate has dropped to 5, now 7. Either way, the battle is continuing. Not really sure how... Well, basically they're doomed. Basically, at this point, this team is doomed. Well, I shouldn't really say that. They got all of Red's resources, meaning basically they have become extremely dangerous. On the other hand, these bases are going to be torn to shreds by Kimjongskill and his allies, which of course is a bit of an issue. And the fact that he's losing his Thors also a lot of an issue. You want to use you want to A-move, alright? You want to be on the attack command, even though he probably still would have lost both of his Thors. It's still better because, well, I mean, at least you'd have done some damage. That's the long and the short of it. Also, those roaches are very silly, as this army is going to massacre them. And Razor Epic leaves the game as, well, one would expect from a guy who's dead. Yeah, so... This game, the only reason it's still going on is because there are so many Ultras. Oh my gosh. That's just mass Ultra. If this other guy gets enough Corruptors out, which he should be able to afford, If he gets enough Corruptors out, this Corruptor Ultra will just massacre this, basically, because, I mean, Archon's not good versus Ultralisks. Corruptors will basically kill everything in the air, as long as they don't die immediately. Rally points, people, rally points. Either way, this game is looking bad for our opponent's team, which means Kimjongskill, who is just an expand fiend. Look at that. I love how he's playing it. Very, very smart. Don't love all the idle SCVs. But hey, whatever. He's got sort of the basic idea. And all of a sudden he realizes, oh my goodness, there are Ultralisks everywhere. It's like Ultra Zerglings. That's just terrifying. And now they burrow, which is probably not a great idea versus a Terran, because Terran can scan. That's why do people do things like this? Like, I'm a burrow and hide my Ultralisks, because no race has the ability just to simply see things. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't get it. I just don't get it. What I do get is that battle cruisers, unless you're using model cannon, are actually terrible at killing Ultralisks. Just like carriers and... No, you don't understand. He can scan. He can scan. You can't escape. That's the thing. The only way to escape is to not be in their range. Oh my goodness. And that very menacing Ultralisk able to take out 2 bases. But, I mean, let's face it, there's... yeah, and you're just seeing scan after scan, checking where they're going. You really can't escape from mass battlecruiser Tempest. And the burrow, I don't even mind that he's burrowing. It's just sort of silly though. Because there's some servers in the base. Oh my god, sorry. I just love this, that these Ultras burrow to an army that they probably still would have killed them, but that they would totally have an advantage against. Ultras do very well versus that army, and they were burrowed so they died. Oh, why do these people continue to fight on? What is with... It's like, never give up. Never surrender. We shall be victorious. Sir, there's basically a huge, vast army. There's like 4 times the amount of troops we could ever hope to field, and they're going to kill us. What makes you think we're going to win? What makes you think... They have cloaked units, and we have no detection, sir. We can't actually fight them. They literally are This is what I meant, by the way, when I said that they were good versus this army. Yeah, basically Ultralisks ruin that. You need Void Rays or a lot of Immortals. But anyways, it's like, how could we possibly lose when this single Dark Templar is able to kill every unit we possess? You have no detection. How could you possibly win? I give up. I give up on these people. All you need to do is make an Overseer. And wow, I'm lagging. Huh. Lag focused. Anyway, yeah, so this is sort of the end. I agree with you, Rebonaires. Rebonar. I don't know how your name is pronounced, but indeed this is a wonderful world filled with battle cruisers. And people hide... I feel like this expansion was there before, but I almost feel like he decided to hide it at the last moment. Because the 4v4... No, look, he really is fighting to the bitter end. Look at this. Look at this. This body... Oh my gosh. Kimjongskill, you need to really transfer your workers, but who cares? You've got so many battle cruisers. What does it even matter? Well, it sort of does, since you have like no resource. You're basically taking resources from this base. That's sort of silly. But so many how many battle cruisers? 15 31 Tempests. Oh my gosh! What on earth? This is max 31 Tempest. What? Oh my gosh! I'm not even sure how you'd beat this. I mean, Corruptors, sure, but I mean, what? So many Tempest. That is so many Tempest! Oh my goodness! What is this even for? He can't do anything with it. And he's got even more Tempest. I'm sorry, but Mass Tempest Battle Cruiser is terrifying. I mean, unless you're Mass Void Ray, then it's sort of silly. But I mean, even then, it's just terrifying. It's just because you know you'll take so much damage even approaching it. And it's just this constant barrage. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's just silly. What is that? Does anybody? I'm sure you see this, but what is up with the ground there? Is that something new? Have I just never seen that? It's like part of the. Yeah, you see, that was part of the Nexus, and it just was there beforehand. What? Eh? Who is still in this game? It's Karog. Karog is the one. He's gonna lose those drones, by the way. This is the best part. Boom! Oh my god! I'm sorry. It's hilarious. I'm sorry. It's just too hilarious. And he was fighting to the death. Fighting to the death. Oh my god! I'm sorry. Oh my god. I love people who fight to the death like that. It's like, I'm gonna win with this one Zergling. My Zergling pal Fred. He gonna win this game for me. Anyway, this is Kimjongskill, folks. Mass Battle Cruiser Thor. Be afraid. Be very afraid, because he is here and here to stay. Welcome to FDV. And I'm FDV vladerag, signing off.